I don't even know what to say. And at the same rate, I know exactly what you're gonna say. Hey, how are you? It is with no pleasure that I say life has been lifing. When I tell you lifing, I mean lifing. I really am starting to understand how creators can go months, especially my favorite ones. Like I love Corey Kenshin, for example, and he will not post for several holidays. You know what it is, and I forgive him, and at the end of the day I'm still gonna, love him, and I can only hope that the people that come on my channel feel and think of me the same way. I don't know, just the guilt of not having posted in so long. It was just eating away at me, and it did not allow me to do what I need to do. If you're watching this and there's something that you just have been terribly procrastinating on, please do it. I will do a new thing where I don't promise a particular cadence or particular video at a particular time. I am so glad you're here. I am so glad that you're here right now. I'm so glad you're here. You're meant to be here. You may or may not be able to tell by the title of this video that I did move. More specifically, I moved back home to New York City and did so in early February. I guess there's like big and small reasons for why I moved. I did mention in a few videos back that I started a new role within my company and headquartered in several different locations, one being Santa Monica, one being Seattle, and one being New York. And I remember when I got the offer, I was thinking to myself, like, well, if they're gonna make me start to come in person, if I'm gonna be positioned like in Seattle, it's not going to allow me to maybe fruitfully like visit my family for extended amounts of time that I was doing when I was working remotely for 2 years. It's funny, now I know that that actually is not the case because I go back to Seattle and work freely now. But in my head, it led me to kind of question a bunch of other things. And I decided for myself that I very well think the Seattle chapter was over. I won't say explicitly that I think New York was next, but I do know that the Seattle chapter was over. And I don't say that in a malicious way at all because I love Seattle. It taught me so much. I have developed beautiful, beautiful friendships there and beautiful memories. I still go back there. So it's nothing to Seattle. After like 2.5 years, almost 3 years of living there, I just felt like I had seen it all. I felt like I had seen it all, and I felt like I wanted to just make up time a little bit with family after missing like so much consistently all the time, because you can't come back home for everything, So yeah, that's the larger context of why I moved. And the moving process itself wasn't too crazy. I only say that because, I packed and drove my own U-Haul to a storage locker. I hired a mover who helped me. He was really great. My lease was only 8 months anyway, so it was supposed to end in end of January. Yeah, I knew I had to go. So I just didn't like that it was 2 days after I got back from Bali that I had to move out of my apartment. Maybe not the best idea, but honestly, my birthday has never fell on a time that was convenient for me. January babies, I don't know if you can relate to this, but Christmas, New Year's, Valentine's, all that stuff, it has never really worked out perfectly. When I put myself in storage, like that part was simplified. What wasn't simplified was the extreme back and forth I had with the moving company I use. 0 out of 10. Honestly, when I looked up the Google reviews after I booked them, I saw so much stuff. I saw so much stuff of people saying that, they quoted them one rate and then when they got there, it was like twice the cost. I had one say their stuff was so damaged, it was like broken apart. Another one said that like, they refused to drop off their load of stuff unless they paid an additional like fee. I'm gonna drop the name. It's called Ryder Relocations. Don't use it. Fortunately, I did not suffer any of those things. Fortunately. The price I paid, I only paid $200 more than what I was quoted after booking. But I had to fight against that. I had to fight. That was just one of many things that went wrong. That's what the moving process looked like. I hope I'm not like shaking this camera, OD. Am I shaking the camera? She's shaking the table. That's actually probably a really good segue into the apartment search. But here's the thing. I was getting desperate. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. I was using like StreetEasy and apartments.com, and I was just like, I was actively looking for listings to come up, and nothing was coming up. And then even the stuff that did come up was just terrible. And I really don't want to hear about how, it's New York, of course things are terrible. No. I'm from here, okay? In retrospect, I should have just qualified for the housing lottery. But the fact that I didn't, it did not mean still to me that I wasn't entitled to affordable housing. I decided after continuing to fail on those apps that I was gonna try social media. And that is where I went wrong. Now I'm a little bit reluctant to actually drop the tea on person specifically that I was engaging with, because I am taking legal action, but we'll see. I won't completely eliminate the idea. I was searching on Instagram, saw somebody uploaded a post of an available apartment. And now people do this all the time. There is like these really popular pages for New York City rentals that basically the interactions I had was I saw the I saw the posting of the apartment, messaged the person. And then after that, we start kind of coordinating through email. Now here's the thing to know. This person is imitating a real life realtor and real life realtor company. A realtor company that's based, I won't actually say based, but they definitely have several locations spread across Brooklyn. I looked up on the company website, saw that this is a person, okay, that exists, that same photos down to the T. To top it off, they had like documents they were emailing me that had the logo. Just awful. Awfully good work. Here's the thing. This honestly still hurts. Like, this is a little raw for me still. So even talking about it right now, I don't even know still if I'm ready to talk about it. But here's the main things that you need to know. I applied via an application and had to pay a application fee. I was then contacted by someone who claimed to be the property manager or landlord of the building, saying that I was approved. Once I was approved, I was requested to come and view the apartment. Me being in Seattle, couldn't make it. Rather preface that, hey, like I'll be in town XYZ, or I can have someone else come on my behalf. He making it seem like I'm committing fraud, mind you. But he making it seem like I'm committing fraud by having somebody else try to attend on my behalf. He says I can't do it. Before I get any further into this, I need to preface something to people. The only place I had ever owned my own apartment was in Seattle. It was the first place. And the Seattle moving process is nowhere near as complicated as New York. When I tell you that you see an apartment, you apply online, $20 max. You submit a $500 maybe security deposit, and you get approved maybe in 24 hours. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I felt good about that process, and I felt good about knowing that I didn't have to pay anything. I don't know. That process was so much easier. Yeah, I got contacted by some said-be landlord, said I would have to come in person to see it. And not only said that I would have to come in person, that I would have to pay to reserve or hold my like spot for the apartment in the event that someone wanted to sign before the date, which was like a week from then or something like that. Before the date that I get there to view it. I want you guys to know that although I'm too raw to say what the number of dollars was in total this ordeal cost me, I will simply say it was thousands of dollars. Thousands. Let's fast forward to a week after, the landlord and property manager is like telling me, we'll see you basically. I show up to a building that I thought I was going to be living at, and I waited there for an hour and nobody showed up. Nobody showed up. And then the guy had the nerve to tell me something was wrong with his partner, like his partner had COVID or something. Girl, go to hell. So as I'm standing outside that building for an hour, panicking inside, just wondering what is the issue here, I decide to call the company. I'm saying, no, there's got to be if this man wasn't answering my phone, my phone calls and stuff, it's got to be another way that I can get through to him. I call the company, the real company that they were imitating, and they said, girl, we have no idea who you are. Sorry, that's my heater now in the background. I tell you, that moment is exactly when I knew it was all gone. It was all lost. There was just nothing else I could say. It was unfortunate that it happened. And I knew right then and there that that money was gone. It's ironic. I actually don't think I spiraled after that as much as I could have. Like, I was just so mad that it happened, like, in front of my family. I can't explain that, but like, you ever do something goofy and now your parents or your family is just like so happy to have one thing to lecture you about, like so happy to be like, I told you so. Everybody around me though that knew it happened was so pathetic and sympathizing with me and was trying to help, but I was like, I gotta find an apartment. Like, honestly, I'm not gonna sit here and mope, because at the end of the day, the day gonna end. More importantly, my stuff is still in storage, or in it's arriving in a shipment soon. So I knew I needed to get together. Ironically, I happened to find the apartment I'm in only 1 week after all that had happened. The thing is though, money I had used to get this apartment all came directly from me, and the money I had lost was my relocation fund. So yeah. Anyways, you win some, you lose some. I found this apartment on, what did I find this apartment on? I found this apartment on Hot Pads. And I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you are planning on moving to the city, I'm not gonna say don't as much as I wanna say don't, because I think we have a very, very serious overcrowded gentrification problem here. But if you are going to move anywhere in the 5 boroughs, be prepared for the broker's fee. That doesn't make any sense. I don't like it. It is literally crazy, the fact that they can price you anything they want. And again, thousands and thousands of dollars. But you do what you gotta do. And that's exactly what I did when I found this apartment and signed. It's definitely not giving where you've seen me before, but I am so grateful that I am just able to live still on my own. I'm no longer living in Crown Heights, which is where I'm from and my family lives. I am living now in Flatbush. So I'm actually just gonna give it a little tour. TV mounted, you know. I have some tulips that really need to go ahead and get to blooming. This way, this is the kitchen. She's small, she's cute, she's quaint, you know, she does what she needs to do. The door, this is the bathroom. She's cute, she's small, she's quaint. Yeah, so I'm gonna go over here. This is the bedroom. So this is my not really fully put together room. Mirror, desk. Again, a lot of these things are very familiar to the last apartment I was in, but little hanger, little coat hanger. You have my ottoman. I have a bag under there for clothes, and I don't know what to do with this, so I'm probably gonna give it away, but otherwise that's the setup of everything else. I do actually really love these French doors. I love this little addition of them. Like, they're so cute. I just have this one open all the time because whatever. Did we get it? Hopefully you got it. Hopefully you get it. Hopefully you saw. Because let me just tell you this right now. The conditions in here, forget everything you just saw. The conditions of this building, terrible. Maybe I'm dragging a little bit, but my neighbors, I have started to call them my roommate. They are so loud and these walls are so thin. I can hear them walking. I can hear them yelling. I can hear kids running. Girl, and it's really no tea, no shade to Flatbush, because Crown Heights where I grew up, it's just like this. I know it's where I'm from, but I haven't seen it in mad long. So this is a culture shock, okay? Honestly, I'm talking low because I don't even know if they can hear me. I hope they cannot hear me. Maybe all of New York is like this, but this is ghetto. Why would anybody want to live like this? This was $1,700 get you. And yes, that's how much this apartment is. 17. From all that mess, life has actually been good. I'm blessed, and man, I have spent a lot of time with friends and with family. What else have I been up to? I've also been polling a lot. There's a pole studio right nearby, Black owned. Love that. Maybe I'll actually insert a clip of me polling. Yeah, and I also recently went to a Friday concert. You know, I know what y'all thinking about Nicki. I know, la la la. I simply went to live out my childhood fantasy and dreams and inner childhood, and I did. And maybe I'll insert a clip in here of that as well. Is she giving, wait, is she giving Gag City? The hood.
It's giving Jenny from the block.
Oh, okay.
That was a joke. It's giving Nikki from Jamaica Ave. That's what she's
exactly.
from, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Trinidad, stand up. I just thank you guys, wherever you're watching, being patient and watching through this whole video. And I'm just so happy to have gotten this out. This has been, it'll be a release by the time it gets out into the world. And I hope more content to come very soon. And I don't know. Kisses till next time.